Okay, we're going to start chapter 7, which is entitled Red Flares. You guys know what a flare is? Well, a red flare generally in the military is a danger signal. When I got home, I decided I would tell Uncle Jake about everything that happened today. I figured he'd be proud that I had decided to fight Nathan. Boy, was I wrong. How'd it go at camp today? Uncle Jake asked me. Not good, I replied. Not good? Why not? I explained everything that happened, what Nathan said when I first saw him, how horrible baseball was, and how it was even worse because of Nathan making fun of me. How mad I got, what I yelled and how I yelled it, and how I got in trouble with the counselor. And you know, I thought that Uncle Jake might have thought this was kind of cool, at least a little bit. At least the part when I yelled back at Nathan and called him an idiot. I also thought there was a chance that Uncle Jake might be mad at me for getting in trouble. After all, he'd already picked me from the office at school, and I wasn't happy about getting in trouble then. So I thought this might make him really mad. But when I finished telling the whole story, I couldn't tell if he thought it was cool or if he was mad at me. He just sat there quietly for a few seconds, then he finally said, I guess you didn't understand what I told you the other day about controlling your emotions, did you? What? I asked him, since I didn't remember at all what he was talking about. Your emotions. The other day when I picked you up from school, when you were angry and frustrated and crying, I explained to you that those were emotions you need to control. Because when people don't control their emotions, they make bad decisions. Do you remember that? Yeah, yes, Uncle Jake, I remember. Then why did you get emotional again today? Why did you get in trouble? Why did you give Nathan the satisfaction of knowing that he got into your head and made you lose control? Sheesh. With all these questions, Uncle Jake just made me feel like I was a big baby. But it wasn't as easy as he made it sound. But Nathan is so annoying. He gets under my skin with the little things he says, and the way he acts makes me so mad. And today I stayed calm at first, but he just kept talking and making fun of me, and I just, you lost control, Uncle Jake finished my sentence. You lost control of your emotions. Yeah, yes I did, Uncle Jake. And look what happened. And what you did when you lost control of your emotions. You performed worse at baseball. You let Nathan know how much he was bothering you. You got in trouble. All these outcomes are bad. On top of these, Nathan probably feels like he won. He was trying to annoy you. And he succeeded. When you yelled back at him and got in trouble, he was laughing. He had accomplished his mission. By getting emotional, you let him win. I understood what Uncle Jake was trying to say, but I still didn't understand how to actually control my emotions, like he was telling me to. I get it, Uncle Jake, but it's not that easy. When he says all those things, it isn't like I choose to get mad at him. I can't stop it. I can't control it. It just happens. How am I supposed to stop it? Good question, Mark, Uncle Jake said. Let me ask you this. When you start to get mad, what do you notice about yourself? What do I notice? I didn't really notice anything. I'm too busy getting mad, I told him. No, I'm talking about when you are mad. I'm talking about before you get mad. When you are starting to get mad, what do you notice then? Well, I start to feel kind of hot. Okay, That's what a lot of people feel when they're getting mad. What else? I feel like my face is turning red. Okay, that's very common. What else? When I'm really starting to get mad, I squeeze my hands into fists like I'm ready to fight. Yep, Uncle Jake said those are all normal responses and what people feel when they are starting to get mad. Those are red flares that tell you there is an emergency, that you are losing control of your emotions. Red flare. What's a red flare? A red flare is a universal sign for an emergency. If you're in a boat that is sinking, you can send up a red flare and people will know you need help. If you are lost in the woods, you can set off a red flare. Even in the SEAL teams, when we were on an operation and there was a problem and we couldn't get help through our radios, we would fire off a red flare as an alert that we needed help. So a red flare is a signal that help is needed. When you start feeling hot or feeling your face turn red or you feel yourself clenching your fists, then that is a signal to yourself that you need help. You need to get control of your emotions. Are all emotions bad? No, not at all. Emotions are good. They make you who you are. They allow you to feel happiness and gratitude and joy. Those are all good. Love is a good emotion. So is satisfaction when you feel like you have accomplished something. Those are all good emotions. But even good emotions need to be controlled. You already know it isn't smart to celebrate with joy before you actually accomplish a goal. Even emotions you might think aren't bad, emotions like anger, fear, and frustration. I need to go back and reread that. I didn't do it right. Even emotions you might think are bad aren't bad. Emotions like anger, fear, and frustration. They also make you who you are. But you have to learn how to make sure those emotions don't get out of control. Because as a warrior, those emotions can cause you to make mistakes or bad decisions. And in a war, bad decisions can cost lives. So warriors have to keep their emotions under control. Well, I learned how to deal with my fear last summer when I jumped off of Bird Bridge, I told Uncle Jake. You certainly did. So you know you can do it. You can control your emotions. And in order to do that, the first thing you have to be able to do is recognize what your red flares are. What do red flares have to do with emotions? I asked Uncle Jake. I'm not talking about actual red flares. Like I said, a red flare is used in many places as a warning against some kind of danger. But in this case, red flares are signals to show you that you are in danger of losing your temper. Signals. What kind of signals could tell me that, I asked. The signals you just told me about. Feeling hot, turning red, feeling your hands squeezing into fists. Those are all signals telling you that you're about to lose your temper. And once that happens, you can get your emotions under control. Marc is starting to learn that he needs to teach himself to cool down. How do I do that? Just because I know the emotions are coming doesn't mean I can stop them, I told Uncle Jake. No, I didn't say you could stop them, but you can definitely get them under control. Okay, then how do I get them under control? There are a bunch of things you can do. First of all, remember that losing control of your emotions is what babies do, and that warriors keep themselves calm. You have to detach from those emotions. Step back from them a little so they won't control you. You can do that by taking a deep breath and telling yourself to calm down. Or try thinking about something else, something that doesn't make you feel frustrated. If none of that works and you simply cannot calm yourself down, then just walk away. You don't have to be rude or anything. When you do that either, you just say, "Excuse me," and walk away. Get yourself away from the situation that is making you lose control. That will hopefully calm you down by actually detaching you from what is happening. And even if it doesn't calm you down, at least you got away from the place where losing your temper might get you into some kind of trouble. Does that make sense to you? Uncle Jake asked. It actually did. Yes, Uncle Jake, it makes sense. Warrior kids should not be losing their tempers. So I need to look for red flares, which are warning signs that tell me I'm losing my temper, like getting hot or turning red. I get it. And I will definitely try to watch for the red flares, because my emotions seem to keep getting me into trouble. Yes, they do, Mark. Yes, they do, Uncle Jake said, and it is time to get them under control. I will, Uncle Jake. I will. Wow. That's a big lesson. Not an easy lesson. But I think that our good pal Jake is definitely getting Mark pointed in the right direction. What do you guys think? Okay, well, I guess I better give Mrs. Morton a hand with something. And I will see you guys tomorrow when we will listen to Chapter 8.